Observing the feedback from Megan Thee Stallion's case has made me sick to my stomach, and in this video, I am going to tell you exactly why. Now, before we start, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm completely unbiased, but what I am going to do is have a logical conversation based off of what I've observed, and bring some humanity to someone who shares the same demographic as my female ancestors and relatives, because this could be anybody, even the loved ones of those who are bullying her. Doubting her and having your own opinions is one thing because you're free to believe what you want, but intentionally antagonizing someone who's a victim is very disappointing. They've humanized the alleged suspect enough. Now it's time to humanize the alleged victim. So if you're new and you aren't privy to what's going on with the rapper Megan Thee Stallion and rapper Tory Lanez, in July 2020, it had been reported that there was a shooting outside of a Hollywood Hills home that later resulted in police arriving with guns drawn. The police giving commands, questioning, and handcuffing Megan, who could barely walk, Tory and Megan's ex-best friend, Kelsey Harris. After questioning, it took Tory and Kelsey in, and an ambulance went on to take Megan to the hospital to get her injuries taken care of. Now, since this story had been reported, nobody knew what actually happened. There was a bunch of speculation about what might have happened, but no hardcore solid facts. In the beginning, there was a lot of word of mouth about how Megan had stepped on glass, and that was the reason for her injury, because that was what she told the police, since, there was a gun involved in the summer of 2020 at a time of extreme tension between Black people and the police. So it was quiet for a while until Tory kinda started saying stuff that was aimed towards Megan and her character, which now actually seems as if it was motivated by fear or guilt now that I think about it. And as a result of that, she goes on live and she says this.
But y'all motherfuckers really dragging it. Like, I tried to just be cool. It ain't like let me go run and tell my business to the motherfucking internet. Let me go run and tell my business to the police. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of person. Like, but I'm not gonna let y'all keep playing in my face. And I'm not gonna let this nigga keep playing in my face either. So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Why lie? I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it. A grown-ass Black woman really got any reason to be lying on another grown-ass Black man when all the shit fucked up going on in the world right now? If you really want to tell the motherfucking truth, I've tried to save this nigga. Even though he shot me, I tried to spare him. And y'all motherfuckers is not sparing me. That's crazy.
And ever since this day, it's been downhill for everyone involved, especially Megan. And since this day, I have been watching and taking note of how sick I get by the behavior and reactions of the news, from making jokes and making memes about the situation, calling her a liar, which it honestly doesn't make sense for Megan to be lying just to destroy the rapper, because she actually lied to protect him in the beginning. But whatever, that's just me being logical in a situation that requires it, I guess. All of this insensitivity and hatred towards Megan seems as if it stems from some sort of misogyny and gender war that's going on right now. And I'm saying this because, literally, Tory Lanez was not on the watch list for most people. No one was really checking for him until this happened. And I can tell you this firsthand because I was actually a fan of his music at a point in time. And I'm literally looking at the numbers. No one really knew who he was unless they knew who he was, meaning that he wasn't mainstream. And I'm saying this to say that there were no claims of continuing to defend his honor, debating his innocence as a result of wanting to separate the art from the artist, like for R. Kelly, for example. So the fact that they are coming to bat like this and defending him off of the strength of their hatred for Megan is very telling. And not because I don't believe that people lie, because they do. I know they do. My issue is that people will defend one party with the excuse being that people lie without weighing the other possibility that the party they're defending is lying. Because remember, people lie. I'm speaking about this because I don't like the way that the world treats Black women especially. And when it first happened, I literally seen a few people go and listen to his album out of spite for Megan. Like, what the hell is that about? It seems Megan's confidence has encouraged a lot of men and women to be hateful towards her as a result of their own shortcomings and insecurities. It's triggering to most when a person can be confident and unapologetic about who they are, what they're capable of, and what they will take and what they won't take. Especially when they're black, and especially when they're a woman. A lot of men get triggered because they begin to feel inadequate to the woman's standards, feeling like they can't compete, so they have to find a way, any way possible, to humble her and strip her confidence away in order for them to feel powerful and accomplished, because that's what they think being a man is. Some women get triggered because of some of the same things, but in a different way. Now, they have an unhealthy relationship with other women as a result of the unhealthy relationship with their sense of identity and self-worth. So they compete when they feel insecure and take every opportunity there is to tear another woman down when they aren't as insecure as they are. All of this is a result of the lackluster parenting and the destruction of the black community, as black people are the only ones who make fun of black people for being vulnerable or in danger. We expect it from those outside of the culture, but it's completely out of pocket when the disregard is internal. Especially for the women who cape for those that don't cape for them. This is the same thing that people did to Anime Bullock, formerly known as Tina Turner, the Eat the Cake anime jokes, and the I Can Tina jokes. All sympathy for the alleged abuser, none for the alleged victim. Recently, the trial has restarted and they've been in court for the past week now, which has been a circus for more reasons than one. One of the reasons being the reports of her sexual history that have absolutely nothing to do with the case. Well, except for one that might be necessary is the relationship that she had with Tory, only to get more details on the case. But all of the other extras were unnecessary. Trying to make her sexual history newsworthy as an attempt to, defame her character in some sort of way, as if the woman hasn't been rapping about metaphorically pimping and having sex with men as a normal 27-year-old. I don't know, man, it's getting weird. The double standards are mind-boggling, but not surprising. Even though it's nobody's business, but for the same amount of people that Megan had been reported to have slept with, her alleged shooter, Tory Lanez, matches that with the amount of people that he has allegedly and reportedly assaulted. But people seem to forget that when it comes down to it. And I'm pointing this out because I want you to see the hypocrisy and the double standards of it all. We are living in a world that acts off of emotion and lacks the ability to analyze a situation and use logic. And it seems like because of people's strange emotional need for Megan to be this humongous monster, they are grasping at anything and everything to make Tory Lanez appear to be the victim. People do this and then wonder why actual victims take so long to say something, or they never really say anything at all. Being too sensitive is no good, but what's even worse is being overly insensitive, because it results in one being more and more inhumane. Once again, like I said, I'm speaking out about this because I don't like how the world treats black women, and I don't like how that is reflecting on Megan right now. If you choose to believe her, that's your prerogative. If you choose not to believe her, that's your prerogative as well. But don't be so quick to judge or be unkind towards someone who says they're suffering and wishes that they were dead because of it. That just makes you appear to be a cold-hearted, ruthless human being. And it's also bad karma. Trust me. Regardless of what you think the evidence does not say or what it actually says, no one will really know the truth except for those that were there. So be careful what you do and be careful what you say, because you never know.